So client tracking, as far as getting organized in client tracking, I'm going to kind of go into using ShootQ. It's what I use. There's other companies out there. I think there's 3 other online companies out there that use client tracking, but ShootQ has just been a blessing for us. It is basically our studio manager. My wife can go in there and log in under any time, see where I'm at. She can get clients' information. So if she needs to do something with QuickBooks, we can export it out of there and do that. It keeps all your correspondence and your phone and your email logs in one place if you use it from there. I absolutely love that. So contracts, built-in contracts, you can make your own. You can have multiple contracts. You can have portrait contracts, boudoir contracts, senior contracts. So it's a beautiful thing just to keep that there. You can also create your workflow. So if I'm doing a wedding and it's going to come with an engagement session and I need to order them a signature album and I need to do a details meeting with them, I can create all that workflow in there and I can date it for when I want that to show up or when I need to do that, and that pops up or it sends the client an email. Again, invoices there so the clients can see it, so they can pay for it on there, and we can put it into QuickBooks. So all in one system. I can track referrals, which is awesome. For high school seniors, I can track what schools I'm getting, who's seeing it. Weddings, I can see if I'm getting it from vendors or florists or anything like that. So it's a great tool to use to go in and look at the end of the year and say, okay, where am I getting my business from? Who's been great to me? How can I repay them for sending me all this business? So another great tool. I use the notes feature for tracking packaged products. So we ordered this album on this date, and I put it in there so I can go in there if they call and say, hey, it was ordered here, and it's currently being made, and we can put it in there. Another beautiful thing that I love is the shared calendar. So it automatically syncs to our Macs and our iPhones, and if my wife's off and about trying to schedule an appointment for the dentist or anything, she can see if I have an appointment, and I can watch the kids. So another great feature. And probably my favorite feature is the email templates. I was so tired of typing things over and over. Yes, I'm available for your date. No, I'm not. It's time to order your engagement photos or your signature album. It's time to submit your yearbook photos for your senior pictures. So it's just, you can have it set up automatic, or you can just click send this email template. It'll put the client's name in there, send it to them, and you're done typing. So great, great, great tool. So and it's also email templates that you could create yourself. So you can create your own if you're not, if you can't afford it, or you don't want to use ShootQ or one of the other vendors that does it. Create these templates yourself and create an email folder for yourself that you can just type in the first name, type in a response form for all the inquiries you get, put them in one place. You know, type in a thank you for booking. We look forward to working on your wedding dates. You know, so excited. You can also do, I have in ShootQ, engagement session tips. You know, we're looking forward to your engagement session. Here's what you need to do and get ready for it. We love it when you dress up, when, you know, plan on 2 hours, do your hair, do your makeup. We're going to have a great time and try and get them psyched and kind of what to expect and set those expectations for the clients. I also, about 6 weeks from the wedding, I have it automatically sent to the clients, time for details meeting. You know, it's time to get together over the phone and kind of talk about your wedding day and your timeline and how it's going to run. Day after the wedding, actually it's the night of the wedding, I have an automatic email from ShootQ that thanks them for letting us photograph their wedding, what to expect after the wedding. It's going to take us 4 weeks till you see your images, but I'm going to put a sneak peek up on the blog and on Facebook, so be prepared. But it sets that expectations. Hey, it's 4 weeks after your wedding, you're going to see your pictures, so you don't have them calling you right after they get back from their honeymoon and say, hey, where's my pictures? You know, so think about doing something like that. So, and the clients love it. You email them right after their wedding. I've set up emails to let them know your photos are on our blog and with a link to our blog so they can go see that. Of course, I also do the same thing on Facebook so all their friends go see it. I also have an email folder that says, hey, your photos are on collages.net. You're going to get an email. Here's instructions how to log on. There's a Facebook tab on there. Gives them instructions how to install the Facebook tab on their collages.net gallery so it'll show up on their Facebook wall, and just lets them know how to navigate around and if they have any questions. Another favorite folder, another email that I send to them is about the favorite folder. So when we actually shoot a wedding and post their pictures on collages, we ask them to create a favorite folder to pick their 55 favorite images to go in their wedding album. So they put all their pictures on from their online gallery into a favorite folder, and then they email that to us. And then through Collages, I can just click Find These Photos, save them to my desktop, and it populates all the photos that they've picked into one folder on my desktop, so we can get to work on the album design. So great feature on Collage's part, and then also a great email to let them know how to do that. And then I send them an email of how to select the images for the album, and then submitting your yearbook photo. Same thing, create a favorite folder, email it to me through Collages, and I'll submit your yearbook photo for you. So again, a lot of these, if you're not using ShootQ or any of the other features, any of the other vendors that do studio management software, do it yourself. Create them and just go through and type them up so you don't have to type them over and over and over again. Just stop that repetition and save some time in the office of doing that. So I'm going to go into a little bit of after capture workflow and show you what I do, my folder structure, my file structures, and what I do, and then we'll get into a little bit of Lightroom stuff. So on my desktop, I have over here in this top right hand my little dummy folder, and it's 00 client folder. I just put it right there. So when I get home from a wedding, a senior job, or any event like that, inside of there I have 6 folders. I have the original folder, all the photos that I shot during the session. I have an edited folder, so all the photos that I want to work on. My JPEG is all my color-corrected, ready-to-order prints. So here's all my proofing. I put my proofing in here. So this is if I want to upload to Collages or if I want to get a slideshow done through eMotion. I also have a blog and a Facebook folder, and then I have a vendor folder. So basically what I do, I have my Lexar stackable card readers, and I have my client folder on my desktop. I duplicate that real quick and of that client folder, and I name it. And for instance, as I said, I do my folder structures by the date of the event. So here's one, 4/24/11 _ Brittany and Kevin wedding. So I drag from my card readers all the original folders into the original folder. And then once those are in there, I back that up on an external, just so I can have two places for protection, and then I can reuse my cards again. I cull all my images in Photo Mechanic. I've just found it super fast. I can see full-size pictures. It's a little bit faster in Lightroom to cull my images, and that's pretty much the only thing I use in Photo Mechanic is just to star my favorites and then drag them over to my favorite folder. Once I have all my favorites that I want to work with, I move all those to my edited folder. So this is where I'm going to color correct, delete if I picked one that I didn't mean to, and get them ready. While I'm importing, I'm going to add the metadata and add all the keywords to the events, which I'm going to get to of the importance of doing that. So stick with me on that. And then once I'm in Lightroom, I rate all my photos. I do a 5-star. I don't know why. You can use 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Some people use 1 for maybe. Some people might use 2 for yes and some for no. You can also flag them or reject them. For some reason, I just 5-star them. A little tip right there, if you hit caps lock and just hit 5, it'll go ahead and move on to the next photo in Lightroom. I also add color labels to my photos, and I'll show you that in Lightroom. So I use 7, which is yellow, for any photos that I want to send to vendors, and blue for 9, any of my blog and Facebook photos. Then I go through, I color correct, rename, and I back up the folder to a DVD. So my edited raw files are backed up to a DVD, and then I file that away. Then I export all my pictures to JPEG folder, and I burn 2 copies of that JPEG folder. I send 1 copy to my in-laws, and then I file 1 here in our cabinet space. And then I'm not done yet. I also back it up on a mirror grade system. So I export all my photos to my proof folder as well, and then I move my JPEG, my final images, JPEG to my mirror grade system, which I showed you in the beginning. Then I select my blue photos that I want to export, and I blog them Facebook or put them wherever they need to go. And then I delete my original folder, and I delete my original backup, and I'm good to go. Never save my originals, never have. It's just one of those things as far as clients, and some photographers are worried about keeping all the original images. It's just too much space, especially if you shoot raw and you shoot a lot of events, portraits, and weddings. I just let them know the picture didn't come out, somebody was blinking, or I was out of focus. So, and then I upload all my proofs to collages.net for ordering. Okay, setting up Lightroom. I'm going to get into a couple of things. I want to get into 4 things on setting up your Lightroom. I want to talk to a little bit about iDevices. iDevices are anything as far as iPads or iPhones or any other media out there, the tablets where you can use to show your pictures as a portfolio material and keep them organized and using your publish feature through Lightroom to keep them organized as you're editing. Keywords, I'm going to go into keywords. That is extremely, extremely important that not a lot of photographers take advantage of, and I'm just going to kind of show you in that, and I'll break into Lightroom with some of these too so I can kind of show you where it's at. Go into setting up your metadata and your copyright information on there, and then talk a little bit about export presets, and then we'll be done. So setting up your iDevices. I love my iPad. I love my iPhone. I think it's the greatest walking portfolio ever made. There's so many things that you can do to it, and if you don't have one, I highly suggest you get one. So I put my portfolios on there. I have my weddings, my seniors, venue samples. How many times have you been asked, have you shot at this venue before? Yes, I've shot at the venue, but I didn't want to print an album for it. You know, I can show you. Let me dig up the images. It's right there. You can create certain venues that you've worked at quite a bit. Go into album designs. I put all my wife's album designs so people can kind of get an idea of style, and also it'll tell us the day of story of a venue. So if I've worked at a place, Delaterra Chateau up in Estes Park, you know, I can show them, hey, here's a wedding we shot right here at the venue you're looking at, and it kind of gives them an idea. Card samples, if they're looking for cards, it's like, oh, I want a Christmas card, and I'm on the spot. I take this with me to my sessions too, so I can show my seniors and show my clients, you know, here's some card samples, you know, just kind of plant that seed and let them see that. It's like, oh my God, that looks great. I also put my price guides in there, my product guides, and I also actually send my price guides, my product guides, and a little mini portfolio to event coordinators. So just keep it on your hard drive, and that way you have a wedding coordinator. She can pull up your pricing, a little portfolio to show her clients, and all the products you buy. You can also put your slideshows up there. So I use eMotion for the slideshows. You can put slideshows on there, and I can show my seniors, hey, this is what your slideshow is going to look like. Check it out. You know, so a great little tool. So definitely encourage that. So using Lightroom Publish feature to manage your iDevices. So I'm just going to go through these bullet points real quick, talk about them, and then I'm going to open up Lightroom and kind of show you how to set it up real quick. It's great. You can use the star system and drop all your pictures in there as you're working or as you're done with your images in Lightroom before you archive them. And then anytime you sync your iDevice up to your computer, it'll automatically go to the correct folder. So if you go to your Lightroom Publishing Manager and open that up, you're going to create a main folder on your hard drive and name it. So I call it iDevices. And you want to make sure you don't move it to the location after you've set up this folder. As I said, the export location is going to point to your folder. The file settings, what you're going to do is you're going to put JPEG, quality 80, and you want to include video. Image sizing, I keep at 920 by 920. So with the iPad, you can actually connect to the TV, the plasmas, the big screens, and I want full resolution as far as being able to go across the screen if I need to. So I don't enlarge it, and I use 72 pixels per inch. And then you create your individual categories for publish features. So I'll show you that in Lightroom as well. You're going to drag your photos into the select category. You're going to click Publish, and then you're going to sync with your iDevice. So I'm going to jump out of this real quick, open up my Lightroom, and just kind of show you that. If you guys have any questions along the way, let me know. So over here in your library mode, you have your Publish feature, which comes closed. But if you open it up, these are all my folders that I have for my iDevices. So I have my engagement sessions, my senior sessions, wedding, pricing guide. Of course, I have my kids on there. I have Christmas cards, newborn cards, save the date cards. Little Wonders is our children photography. I have posing guides on there. I have product guides on there. Here's albums. So I've done my albums by venue. So popular venues out here is Arrowhead or Buena Vista, Coors Field, Evergreen, Lions Crest Manor, or the Oxford Hotel. So you won't see any pictures in here because I've already published them, but I'm going to show you. So just for instance, say these, I'm going to show my highlighted blue pictures because I highlight my favorites in blue for blog and Facebook. So here's an engagement session, and here's an engagement session. Actually, let me stop there. I need to show you guys how to set it up. I apologize. So publishing services. Publishing services, you're going to click on plus, go to Publishing Manager. So right here, down here, you're going to hit Add. So I'm going to name this iDevices 2 since I already have that, and I'm going to create that. So it's going to be saved on my hard drive, and I need to pick a folder. I'm going to pick my home folder. I'm going to put it in a subfolder called iDevices 2. And as I said, I went over the qualities right over here. My format is JPEG. My quality is set at 80. Color space, I keep it sRGB. I included any video files. I resized to fit all the photos, width and height. I don't enlarge them. 920 by 920, 72 pixels per inch. Everything else is left blank. And then I hit save. So if I open up my Finder window, right here in my home folder is my iDevices 2, which there are no items in there right now. So if I go back to my Publish feature, I hit icon, create a published folder. So let's say I want to do 01 weddings, sorry. Or let's say 2011 weddings. I can't type, excuse me. So now I have weddings. This is engagement sessions. But basically what I would do is I would grab these two photos, drag them in. Oh, they're already in there. Sorry. Click Publish, and it's going to put those two in there. Now if I open my iDevices, they're not there. Where did I put them? Excuse me just one second. Let's put engagement session, engagement session, engagement session. Publish. There we go. Now they're going into my folder. So that's how you set up your iDevices. Let me go back to my presentation.